GMO-free Nevada County it's a movement more than an organization. We're trying to just educate people on what GMOs are and how they're grown and what the dangers are associated with them. And our goal is to make Nevada County GMO-free, which would be add another 1,000 acres or 1,000 square miles of GMO-free in the United States or in California. And we would be the 7th county in California to join that group of counties if we were to achieve that. And that's kind of what we've been focusing on. And right now, we have started going to school board meetings and district county meetings, trying to get build it up from the roots up. Try to get parents and teachers and administrators involved on the health of their students and their children. That's the way we found out that we were one of the Green Party helped get single-use plastic bags banned, and that was one of the ways we did it. We went to the elementary schools and we got them involved, and then you fill up the city halls filled with little kids and their stories, and it's hard for them to say no to little children. And the health of their rivers and the water. So that's one of the ways we're going about it right now. I have been kind of out of the loop. I'm actually a person dealing with cancer right now. I am, knock on wood, cancer-free for 4 years. Last fall, my dad passed away of Parkinson's, which has been linked to glyphosate. So these are all personal things that are all coming back down to me. So my little pitch is going to be more personal. We had a niece who is a third-generation sod, born into a sod farming family. Her intestines were born on the outside of her body, which is also one of the side effects of glyphosate. California has named it a probable carcinogen. Yet it is still being sprayed publicly. And so these are all concerns that we all have, and most people don't really understand that aspect of it. And then they don't really understand what GMOs really are, and it sounds like we have a great panel of people here to explain it, so I won't even mess around with it, because I don't want to mess it up. But basically, when you raise GMOs, you're killing the soil. There's microbes, there's living organisms in that soil. And when you use herbicides and pesticides, you're killing the life in the soil. So it becomes dirt. There is a difference between dirt and soil. And the way GMOs are grown, you're feeding the plant, not necessarily the plant feeding off the soil itself. So there's a big difference between healthy looking food and healthy food. And that's what kind of the trick that gets played on us all the time. I manage a private farm/ranch. Either I'm a very micro farmer or a very large gardener, depending on how you want to look at it. We grow food anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 pounds of vegetables a year. We raise livestock. We have an orchard, and we are all chemical free. And I am actually certified in permaculture from a guest coming up soon from Cathay Fish. And we practice regenerative agriculture on the property I work on, and also on a 900-acre property that's trying to restore the water table or recharge the springs through mob grazing practices. And so we're really kind of involved in all that aspect of regenerative agriculture, which really is the future of agriculture. We have to move that direction if we are going to survive as a species. And there is a bunch of numbers on here that I'm not going to bother, because it sounds like we have more professional people who will know these numbers. What I will talk more about is, because I am unofficially representing the Green Party today, is we're in really close relations with our Butte County Green Party. And with that Green Party, we can actually start building on this little coalition with the Sierra Streams, with these other groups, to get glyphosate banned from our counties. And that would be, and it just goes right along with the NID ditch water, because our our farm actually gets the NID ditch water as well. And that's always been one of my concerns, is because they give you dates when they're going to spray in the ditches. So we shut off our water at the source. So we don't let any of that water come down for 3 days. So the other aspect of it is reaching out and joining other groups, building coalitions. And that is going to be the number one way we get to it, because it doesn't take many people to get into a city hall meeting or to a school board meeting to make a change, because so few people, it is somewhat boring, but so few people go to those meetings. A small amount of people could actually get real change done, and that's the key to getting the change done. And this is an international issue as well. My brother lives in Cambodia, and he has an organization about organic farming and empowering villages to build their own co-ops, to grow their own organic food, to keep the excess to sell themselves, so they actually have income instead of giving it to the middle person who they would have to purchase seeds from. They all save their own seeds, they all clean their own seeds, and they trade seeds. And that's another aspect of GMOs that people don't quite realize, the concentration of seeds and the growth of our food. When we patent life, we're really limiting our ability to actually have diversity and people to survive on it. In India, farmers are committing suicide because they're sold a bill of goods on GMOs and what yields they're going to promote. And so today, it sounds like it's based on water and health. And I just really want to emphasize that GMOs equal glyphosate. Glyphosate, it's not sprayed on individual weeds. It's sprayed on everything. And those seeds are modified so they do not die off. If you were to have a non-GMO seed there, it would die. And so these are the concerns that we have, and that we're trying to basically ban in Nevada County. And if there were any question, I was going to see if Cathay would actually come up, because she's going to be way more on top of everything, because my focus has been on taking care of my dad and my own health. So off the top of my head, I don't trust my answers. I'd like to have a little more professional opinion. And
you have to be professional.
Yes. So this is Cathay Fish.
So the GMO-free group here in our county has been going probably for 8 years, and it's gone through lots of different rebirths. It's a pretty small group, but it's a pretty feisty group. And the goal is, there's a lot of goals, but obviously the big goal is to make Nevada County GMO free. I personally would love to see, I'm gonna say it out in public, I would love to see Briar Patch go GMO free, at least in the deli. I would like to go into the deli and eat food that does not have GMOs on it. I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? Yeah. So that's one of the things I'm working on. And if you shop at the Briar Patch, how about putting a little constructive comment in saying that you would like to see food, especially meat, in the deli that's GMO free. And you guys know that natural does not mean GMO free. Okay? So take a look. They have great signs, right, sitting above the food in the deli. And you'll see the first thing, if it's meat, we'll say a little asterisk it'll say natural. And then everything else has a star because it's organic. And so I did a little thing there, my personal little action. I've done a lot of actions there, but my own action is when I first moved here, I wouldn't be a member until they marked some of their food GMO free. It took me a while, but they did it. So my action right now is to convince them that even if it's spare meat, at least have the meat be GMO free, so we don't have to eat Roundup and all that. Natural isn't good enough. Is it for you? No, natural's not good enough. So there's all different kinds of actions going on with GMO-free Nevada County. And the meetings are about once a month. And then, are you going to talk about what you guys did at that biotech place?
Oh, that's true.
I think you should talk about that because there's some really good activism going on.
Okay.
Yeah, you should talk about
and
that.
Thank you, Kathy. So, yeah, my wife was part of the Monsanto 8. Last year, they were part of the Monsanto 10. What it is it's a civil disobedience. It's a majority of Green Party, but it's not necessarily Green Party. But they go down to Woodland, to the main place where Monsanto does its... Which is the biggest place in the world. Oh, the largest Monsanto biolab in the world. And it's called Shutdown Monsanto. So what they did was they laid down in the driveway to not allow the employees to go through. And what the purpose of it is to be arrested, to then have to go to court and force Monsanto to admit that their science knows that this is not healthy. Last year, Monsanto did not show up, as expected, but it also allowed the media to come in and do some reporting. So there was a lot of media attention around it, and that's where civil disobedience is a really good tool to try to promote change. It's nonviolent, and you get your message out, and a lot of information that is usually not heard actually gets reported in the newspaper and on the news that way. So if you're willing to be arrested and speak out, contact the Nevada County Green Party, contact GMO-free Nevada County, and we will definitely get you on track to participating.